His Excellency the Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I promise Ghana for one particular thing. And there was one common campaign message that running through the political activities somewhere around 2020. And that has to do with Okada riders. So Okada riders, now government of the day, the NPP are say, omo frustrate omo ehom ajedodo. Etichi omo businesses and activities koso ye. So prior to that particular election, that is 2020 elections, Okada for those ye power Ghana ha. If you go to most of the cities in our country, i.e. Greater Accra, Ashanti region, BA, the northern region, the northern part of our country. Now, they are one of their main source of transport. Okada. One of their main source of transport, Okada. And even somewhere in Accra, some of these big places are connected to our various communities. Person call Onua. Every other one near taxi. Every sukra na win this car on the bed there, before dropping. The only resort Abenya is Okada. So there was a lot of noise. Sir, you better legalize Okada as against a risky venture. Mahama ekachira Ghana for ekachira Okada riders for say yetu aba at the mano somewhere around 2020 obe legalize Okada. Dr. Bawumia on the other side from the New Patriotic Party Eka said there is a better alternative than the dangerous venture called Okada. No, I want to take you back and bring you to what is happening currently. Okada no some ekoswa ma afei ekoto Okada riders for trimu say yenye gidie ne yeto aba no de ma Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, now the President of the Republic of Ghana. Benya a better alternative rather than the Okada. It is over Kaya. 2020, there were a lot of statistics. I just said, Okada riders. It go on all the news portals, major news portals. You will realize, sir, there are stories, Okada riders. Now, so my main started. Let's start it this way. Now, you first myjoyonline.com and major other news portals. We will not legalize Okada business. We will not legalize Okada business. Bawumia promises a better alternative. We will not legalize Okada business. Bawumia promises a better alternative. And that alternative, he said it in a video that I'll play to you very soon. So, some common Koswa Bagana Hanumuma a lot of controversies because na yebabe to aba. Now, your person Ghana for decided as to what is the next best alternative for a single individual, ordinary Ghanaian. Now listen to the word I said. A single one individual called an ordinary Ghanaian. Because that is how the politicians refer us to. Almost the day, ordinary Ghanaian. In the special case of the Okada riders, one of those people, bus system easy the transport buhaha and the transport and sembebra ekoso. Because after that time, there were cost of transportation now was low. Now Okada business was about ram, easy access, traffic regulations, and what have you. The NDC was calling, say, let us legalize these people. Therefore, more enter one common platform. So now you more crying no to be your module effectively. Because also contribute to the welfare and the betterment of the economy called Ghana.
Fellow Ghanaians.
And a Ghana for no nanya reshemu say. Suppose Okada no bet to me Maakye si. Emma do no munya question ye Okada for. Any said Dr. Bawumia and now the boss. As he said the boss, Nana do Dankwa Akufo-Addo did dear.
Fellow Ghanaians.
I promise a better alternative that is a car dear. Then your last resort and they say, let us forgo the Okada and come for the better alternative. That is the car. Now, car on 9 car, mini car. I mean, that is equally it's a mini car. I mean, car is a car. A franco for be and 9 near dear. Fast forward. That was as I make 2020 as I make and JBL. Anna, some way washing way course one a yeshan ye say Dr. Bawumia, you one time said something like this. Oba mi de general wade bia yedi. And then say bia yetaka. Michael Otieje once said when Nafi yeah, he can't say go. Miss Nasi once said Mr. Nyama once said Antema Lawson once said Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia once said now listen to me. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia once said
we will stick to we will not legalize Okada business in Ghana. It may be a tough decision, but it is in the interest of Ghanaians. We have had discussions, but we will stick to our decision to provide a better alternative for the Okada riders. Let's give them opportunities to buy safer vehicles, to lease safer vehicles and pay over time. They need to graduate from this risky and less safe Okada riding to a safer means of transportation. Their problem will be a lack of capital. But if you bring in new leasing policies and we have our national ID cards with our digital addresses and so on, we can have a credit system working.
No, what do you mean? What do you mean? Dr. Bawumia once said
decision, but we will not legalize Okada business in Ghana. It may be a tough decision, but it is in the interest of Ghanaians. We have had discussions, but we will stick to our decision to provide a better alternative for the Okada riders. Let's give them opportunities to buy safer vehicles, to lease safer vehicles and pay over time. They need to graduate from this risky and less safe okada riding to a safer means of transportation. Their problem will be a lack of capital. But if you bring in new leasing policies and we have our national ID cards with our digital addresses and so on, we can have a credit system working.
It's Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, somewhere around 2020. Your current vice president, and the flag bearer of the new patriotic party, and the cast same way. So the better alternative, and not Dr. Bawumia, and then by any sarcasm way. So Mama here live on TV, Mama here live on Facebook. So when I had the better alternative, now going to give me the story. I just want to establish that story. Apart from the Sema Wakano, I want to establish the fact to say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia once told Ghana for you now say, i.e. Okada riders. Let me ask one particular question. Okada riders for you now say, ejuma na mo ya no. Eye risky. E de akwahia ba. E mamudodo na akwanya kwahia obuwu. Enti yemma mo a better alternative. That is the mini car ya de be mamo na mo de ayeden. Ayem adwuma. As it stands now, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, how many of these cars have you been able to produce? Maakye. Cars don't want sign a mini cars. I want to be them Okada riders. I want to know. How many of these cars are mini cars are the promise to Okada riders? And I want the man was so one Juma. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says the Akufo-Addo administration will not legalize what he describes as risky business of commercial motorbikes, aka Okada, in our country. He assured the riders of a better alternative of empowering them to purchase a brand new car, assembled in the country to engage in a much safer venture. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, where are the cars? Cars do not promise Okada riders for now, why? No, just a simple question. Cars do not promise Okada riders. And we're here. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was speaking at an event on Wednesday in Accra, which saw VW and Blackville signed an MOU to embark on the production of affordable homes and affordable cars for the good people of Ghana. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, these are the cars you promised us. Cars way na the bar Okada riders. Okada riders, do you have these cars? Who was our cars way na? Then the same person comes to Ghana for the catch Ghana for say. Say what you about the mami be ye Ghana man peyinia. Mama mo koto phones e dia bramo. Na what you no nkete i.e. 1 CD, 2 CDs and what? If this man is not frustrated, the vice president saying your frustration is setting in, then there is more to it that we should also consider. Say someone all catch Ghana for any boss or the Ghana for saying your frustration, and the moon that's the shed in Yamamu, because the ordinary Ghanaian do not comprehend. 2020. On promise Okada riders for Omundu 50,000 ever Ghana have put them together. Some of them mini cars because Omundu are risky. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, how many of these cars are now motor riders and now Okada riders? And now, also promising Ghana for you now, sir. Yɛbɛkɔ akɔtɔ phones. Ni yɛtua no 1 cedi, 2 cedis, and what? Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Is it a form of desperation or frustration? Why are so desperate? So person are Ghana president and now say why are you frustrated?